Hi everybody, how you doing? Cory Doran. I am the voice of Cranky on Thomas and Friends. I've also been the voice of Mike on Total Drama Island, Jimmy Two Shoes, Speedmeister on Rubble and Crew, and you are watching Da Boys Podcast. Round two.
And first up on the vault, five-time Russian champ, it's Svetlana!
Oh! One side, losers! Hey, yo, you looking for this?
Zoe. Oh, she is all I think about. At least when I'm the one in control.
No, for the love of Pete, you're not painting the Sistine Chapel, it's just makeup! Step aside! Dang fool, kids, just get some rouge on her and there, done!
Good eye, Sheila. Name's Manitoba Smith.
Ow!
Here, leave the torches to the men folk, beauty.
They talk like that in Manitoba?
To the right, a tunnel carved out by giant rodent.
And I love when things get scary.
Oh, what is that stench?
Ah, what's in that sandwich? It's just a classic tuna bologna blue cheese. But anytime I got one in my lunch, Noah pukes. Get me out of here!
Welcome back to an episode of the Voice Podcast. My guest today is making his second appearance on my show. His second. He's a voice actor and director. You may have heard my guests in projects such as Jimmy and Jimmy Two Shoes, Andrew Balmer and Stoked, Dabio Kenny and Rex and Wildcrats, Mike and his personalities in the Total Drama franchise, Fungus and Nunchucks, Noah and Drama Rama, Nilius and Bakugan, Ace and Powerbirds, Captain Wowski and Ollie's Pack, Farmer Francis and Pickwick Pack, Marbles and the Snoopy Show, Cranky and Thomas and Friends, All Engines Go, and many more. So welcome the man, the myth, the childhood legend himself, my very good friend, Mr. Cory Doran. Welcome, Cory.
Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you for having me on again. I appreciate it. I like your background. Very
Thank
fun.
you.
Got a little something for you here today.
Hey, it's sick.
There we go. A little product swag for today.
That's cool.
There you go.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to
I
have you
didn't
back
realize how much Noah and Mike actually look alike when you see it. It looks like
Oh, yeah.
Noah would be Mike as a child in those pictures because of the just some of it. I've
The
never
hair.
clocked that until this very moment.
Maybe they're related somehow. You never know.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know. That'd be great.
Cory, today's questions, the fan questions come from r/Total Drama. It's like the Reddit. Have you heard of it?
Yep. Oh, I know.
That's where these questions come from, and yeah.
All right. Excellent. These are gonna be
And then
deep
sorry
cuts.
for any. Oh yeah, sorry for any mispronunciations. By the way, because usernames are kind of tough. You don't know.
Do not worry about that. It's not me you need to apologize to. Hey, people who wrote the question, he apologizes if he cannot get your handle name completely accurate because it is almost impossible sometimes to figure these out. But he's doing
True.
it with love.
Thank you, Cory. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, when you're ready to go to having the questions,
Fire.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Perfect. Okay. Mike and Mal. It's the person's username.
Mhm.
That's okay.
When
Cory,
people
I'm a
get
big
characters they like.
Cory. I'm a big fan of your work as Jimmy and Mike. Are you interested in playing them again?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll be I was a little surprised, to be honest with you, when Total Drama Rama came around and there was no Mike. But I also understand why Mike was not brought back as often as some of the others have. He was not part of the original cast, which I understand. He's had an immense following, which is fantastic. A lot of people have found a resonance with him, something that they identify or just really enjoy about Mike and his personalities. But it's a bit like the Superman conundrum. When you bring in, it's like, how do you get someone to fight Superman when Superman is like absolutely indestructible? It's
Okay.
same kind of thing with Mike, Mal, Svetlana, Chester, all of them. It's like that unlocks just so many more things than any other character could possibly do or deal with, that you almost like introduce a superhero into a group of people because none of them can do all those other things too. So I get that because you do have to juggle with it a little bit, but I know people really wanted to see the relationship dynamics continue because Mike's struggle with himself is so relatable for people, and they want to see that, and trying to make friendships when friendships aren't easy. Especially, it's a really good one for some neurodiversity too, where you're like, I don't get why I'm not clicking the same as other people are on certain things where it's so easy. You know, everyone's struggles are a little different.
True that. And then
And Jimmy Two Shoes, heck yeah. Absolutely, I would do Jimmy Two Shoes in a heartbeat. Jimmy Two Shoes was the first show I ever got a lead on.
Cool.
It was the
Yeah.
first show ever. I was still working as a waiter or a server.
Wow.
I guess you don't even say waiter anymore, just to show you how long ago it was. It's server. And I was in a callback for Jimmy, and I was like stressing because I had to get to work. And I remember one of the other performers, Dwayne Hill, looks over at me and he goes, "Look, kid, do you want to be a waiter or do you want to be an actor? Because there's only 5 of you called back for this role, and if you leave, it's not going to be you. So do you want to do this as a living or not?" And I was like, "Oh, crap, you're right." And so I called them and said, "I'm not going to make it." And he's like, "Well, if you don't come in, you're going to get fired." And I went, "Well, I guess I'm going to have to get fired then."
Damn.
And now, thank God I got the show, you know? But it was kind of crazy. Sometimes you do need to jump, and it was wonderful advice at the right time. So to Dwayne, all the credit in the world. He said the exact right thing at the exact right time to be a nice motivator.
That's cool. Wow. And the
You
rest
never
was
know.
just
But again, throw kindness out to the world because you never know where someone else is or how powerful any positive thing you throw out there can be for someone else. It might resonate with them or land where you go, yeah, you're right. You know? So sometimes it can be really good. Yes, I would in a heartbeat do Jimmy Two Shoes. Yeah. That would be amazing. All right. I would do that in a heartbeat.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I geek out when voice actors do their voices. I'm sorry. It's so cool.
Yeah. We look like weirdos practicing, let me tell you.
and then another thing too, you said Dramarama. That'd be cool if Mike did appear in Dramarama because Ella, she did appear in later. Remember, she was in the technically sixth season. So how come Mike can't? If you think about it.
I mean, he could. You'd have to talk to the creators on that one. My vocal range, I don't know how many little kid voices I could do that would sound too different. So we may have a problem on just that. I would imagine young Mike and young Noah would sound way too similar now.
Do you have or do you think Mike would have like the younger version, like Svelana and all that stuff too?
I would imagine so, unless, of course, because I've seen theories that maybe Mal is actually the original.
Ooh.
And Mike is one of the personalities of Mal. You know,
I heard that too.
Like, what if? Because there was a reference to, oh goodness, I can't remember which character it was. It says I met them in juvie.
Oh,
And
Duncan.
So, yeah,
Duncan.
right. So then the implication could be maybe he met Mal, and that was the original. And Mal, like, I don't know. It opens up a lot of possibilities. So maybe the young one isn't Mike, right? What if Mike is the best of what came out?
True.
Who knows? Lots of theories. Because there's something different about Mal versus all of the other personalities. Because none of them had control the way he had control.
True.
And Mike didn't have control. So it makes you wonder if Mike is not a personality.
Play the X-Files music. I'm kidding. Do you have a younger version of Al, like what you think he would sound like?
Well, no. At the moment, no, I don't. If you gave me some time, sure, and the potential for a job, absolutely. But at the moment, no. No. I would have to, like, lock down the Mal voice again first, too. It's been quite a long time.
That'd be funny, I'm sorry. No. The same person, Mike and Mal, did you voice Jimmy in the Jimmy Two Shoes pilot? Apparently that's like a big mystery.
No. No, I did not.
You did not?
And I know that people have talked about a Jimmy Two Shoes pilot. I have never seen it. No,
really?
And as far as I know, none of the performers were the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So no, I have no idea. I gather it's changed. Changed quite a bit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Winter-Pressure 5394. What was it like working on Scott Pilgrim Takes Off?
Oh, that was neat. That was really interesting. I mean, voice work can be really interesting because you can be in a project with Chris Evans and you can be with Kieran Culkin and, oh my goodness, I'm going to forget Brie Larson. Everyone under the sun who was in Scott Pilgrim, they were all back in the animated series. Now, I recorded in a booth and didn't meet a single human being
Yeah.
from who's involved in the project, right? But that's great because what was really neat, since the creator of Scott Pilgrim is from Toronto and it's based in Toronto,
That's
right?
cool.
So part of the deal was he wanted to make sure there were some Canadian Toronto performers in it. So while that huge Hollywood cast was brought back, and it was really neat that they agreed to do so, what was really, I really appreciate it, as a Canadian, of just supporting your own industry, right? It's easy to just get, wiped out in terms of like, yeah, we'll just do all whatever, recognizable. It was really neat when it's like, I want all of the secondary characters to be from Toronto or be Canadian performers. So it was really neat to do it. I'm very hopeful they continue because if so, I'm pretty sure my character and Kieran Culkin's character are together, which is kind of neat. It would be neat to do some dialogue together,
That's cool.
But I think it's a really cool show. And the irony is, like, I read Scott Pilgrim when it came out. And then so when they made the movie way back when, it was like, oh, that's really cool. They did a good job of bringing this up. And then later on, you're like, oh, yeah, I have those. I have those comics. I'll absolutely do this.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's neat to, on IMDb, have my name on the same cast list as everyone else. But it's like, did you meet them? Oh, no. No. They don't know. They do not know I'm on it. But I know they're on it.
You want to talk about a stacked cast, especially at the time. That cast was really...
That was some very smart casting. Holy... It's, that's one of those where you go, wow, it's like Breakfast Club. Everybody went on to do enormous things.
Yeah.
Most of them in the Marvel universe, as it turns out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is most of the cast of Arrested Development or, the Avengers. Okay, cool. Right on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really...
Now, I didn't meet any of them. Just a reminder, not a soul.
Damn. That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty neat. Yeah.
Now, you_2_cool. Do you own any pieces of merch of characters you voiced? If not, would you?
Yes. Yes, I do. I also have... I have some stuff. I've kind of made... I juggle with I don't want to spend too much money to buy something that I worked on, from like a moral thing of it just feels weird for me. But I still need to find a Cranky the Crane. I need to find Cranky the Crane for Thomas because I'm missing one of those. But I'm not an individual who like really puts that stuff up a lot. So my wife for Christmas got me a display case to put in some of those things because they're kind of, I keep them, but they're not anywhere. They're all scattered in little places not visible. And so we're able to fit in some stuff from Zoki Sparklebee, from Bakugan. So there's a Nilius in there. There's a Yeti from True and the Rainbow Kingdom in there. Just a couple little things in the display case. Batty McBats from Top Wings. And then the new Star Wars Outlaws game, which I got to do. So I put that one up there because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And being able to go in there, and I think when we were doing the recording by the end, no one had done more speaking in Star Wars canon in like 3 of the alien languages than me.
Damn.
And one of them, I was the first to lay down phonetically. So anything we did was the template going forward for a new alien race, which is cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Now, most people are like, oh yeah, can you tell it's you? It's like, I can tell it's me. You would never know it's me. But I think it's neat to have done, like, Otoya Tatsuki Kaiwoka Tajabuti no Kappa. So it's kind of really fun, but you're also, it's all like, it's a real language. I didn't, that's not real language. Please don't fact check me. But the way they have them all broken down, you have to read what the line is in English so you can perform it. Then you get another section right beside it where it's written out how it's supposed to be written out. And then to the right of it is how it's written out phonetically. Because how it's written out is not necessarily how it's pronounced. And so you have 3 things and you go, ha ha ha, oh boy. So you're really trying to juggle 3 things at once. And then they go through it fast and very fast. And so it is very much like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while running. So once you get it, you're like, okay, cool. But the first one's like, wow, this is hard.
That's cool. Well, and you're a Star Wars fan. Did you ever see Star Wars Ahsoka, the TV show?
I loved it. Yep.
I actually, I don't know if I told you, I interviewed the guy who plays Ezra in live action.
Oh, really? Very cool.
He's a cool
Very
dude.
cool. Right on. Good for him.
Appreciate it. And then you mentioned action. That'd be cool if they made like total drama action figures. Now that would be cool.
See, they should do that.
Be cool.
Come on, Fresh. Get on it.
I'd buy them. Come on, that'd be sick. I would want to own them all. Though probably.
I imagine there's a few fans who would buy some.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Now the next one is. Oh, okay. This one's the tough one. Okay, so Alex Dan _ does gotcha. Assuming.
Okay. He does
Okay.
gotcha.
Of all the characters you voice acted for, which character was the best for you?
The best for me? Ooh. The best for me? You know, ironically enough, Ollie's pack might have been the one because Captain Wowski was absurd and we were allowed to play. So there was a lot of things that weren't written down, like a lot of improv stuff that got thrown in there. And it also was not a vocal strain whatsoever, and I didn't have to scream. Usually I play characters who get hurt a lot. So there's usually a lot of screaming, getting hurt, getting mauled, this being torn apart. And then with him, I get to show up and be Captain Wowski. He's a 5-legged cat, or a 4-legged, 6-legged cat from space, and he's so much fun. I didn't have to carry the plot. I got to be funny. And the people in the booth were also funny. It's kind of good. I really liked it. So it was when we were doing the auditions, one of the people who was one of the creators of the show was wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs hat. And so I just thought I would give the absolute opposite of that, which is Leafs fans hate Boston Bruins fans. So I did a bit of a Boston on there, just so it would be antagonistic. And they liked it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, he's one that's really fun. Jimmy Two Shoes was absolutely a blast because it was also the lead of the show for the first time ever for me. That was a lot of fun. But I usually have a great time when I work. I really do enjoy working. So it's rare that I leave going, whoa, that sucks. Sometimes there are shows that are work, but a lot of them are just a ton of fun too. I mean, Luna Petunia with Sammy Stretch was a lot of fun too. Anytime where you get to play a lot, or you get weird things like, sings a song and you're like, there's no lyrics. And like, yeah, you want to do something? Okay. And then you come up with some pretty weird stuff.
I know my little sister. She likes to use Comet in My Little
Pony. Yep. That one, I wish it went on longer.
That's cool.
I was looking forward to being one of the core My Little Ponies, and then they canceled it.
Damn. They do have action figures for My Little Pony, so that'd be cool if Comet had his own.
Do they have a Comet?
I don't know if they do. I don't think they do though.
I got it.
Cool.
I keep hearing that there are Speedmeister toys from Rubble and Crew.
Ooh.
So, Speedmeister and Mr. McTurtle. And I know people really enjoy Mr. McTurtle.
Apparoozy.
Which is kind of fun. So
That's so cool. That's so cool. Now, the winter dash pressure dash 5394 is back. Okay.
Okay, back on it.
How do you feel about Mike's fan reception nowadays?
I think for the most part it's really positive. There have been a lot of people who have reached out over the years who have identified or felt a kinship to Mike. Really positive things. There have been a few people who've reached out saying the multiple personalities disorder, that's not accurate, and it isn't even slightly. I mean, the interpretation is not correct. That's not how that disorder works, and it hopefully was done in a way that was not meant to denigrate anybody in the writing. So there have been a few people who have suffered from it, who have reached out and said that's not how it works, and I'm absolutely not claiming that it is. So I want to just acknowledge them, but for the most part, I think people really value the heart of Mike. It's very clear Mike was a good person. right?
Yeah.
And watching him struggle to try to be a good person while not being in control of all his faculties is something I think we can all kind of relate to. Plus, the personalities themselves, people have really enjoyed because none of them, other than Mal, were nearly as grounded as Mike. You know,
Yeah.
Svetlana was pretty big, Chester was pretty big, Vito were,
That's just so,
yeah, but you never really thought, oh yeah, that could be a real person. But that was kind of the point of where it was going. Like, I am not a female Swedish gymnast. I will never sound like a real female Swedish gymnast, right? So that was the whole point. Is it like, let's make it absurd. I'm also not an 80-year-old man, right? So making them sound kind of safe, you know, you're not making fun of anyone, but they also live in these kind of strange archetypes was fun as well. Yeah, playing with them is pretty unique. So I think people enjoy it. It's a bit Robin Williams, you know, it's a bit all over the place in a good way where you're like, oh, that was fun. So I think people kind of find that, and also the heart of Mike. He's not disingenuous. He's real. He's very much, everything he did was very true. He really wanted friends, and he really wanted to make connections. He wasn't manipulative. He did, anytime he manipulated, it was out of his own fear and insecurity of not wanting to people know about his secret, which is very different from, I want to pull a fast one over you because I want to get like your money, or I want to get power over you or control. It was self-preservation, which is very different.
true. How you switch between when you did all the different? How can you do that? It's like
Practice. Just like anything, practice.
I give you the props and flowers. Like
Well, thank you.
good stuff, Corey. Good stuff. That's really good.
A lot of practice. A lot of practice. I challenge myself to, if anyone throws a character at me in the booth, like a production asks, oh, what about this character? What would they sound like? I'm always ready to go. And that has helped me get work. It is probably the X factor in how my skill set has excelled in voice when it has excelled, is because of really trying to be ready for extra roles at all points in time. And that means reading the script from multiple perspectives. Not just, oh, my character, and I only read their lines. I never do that. Never, never, never. I break every script apart, looking at all the angles in terms of what each character wants in each one, because it'll actually help shape sometimes my decisions for that character. But then if I am doing another one, I'm not going, oh, what do I do? I already know what this story is and what needs to be achieved. So then I can get that character to push where they need to push.
That's true. I only could do like, hi, it's me, Chester. I can't do it. How you do it? I can't do that.
Oh, Chester, it's
Go into a yawn and go,
you ever go, and then you just live there. Don't try to push. It's very little air that comes out. When you're doing a lower tone, think of it like, you know, in a string on a guitar. If you want to go bass, you loosen it. So and a better one would be a trumpet. Any brass instrument, when you want to have lower notes, you have less air go through it. If you want higher notes, more air and force comes through it. So if you start thinking about the physiological response your body does, if I need a lower tone one,
I need very little air.
But if I gotta do a really high-paced one, my lungs have taken in a whole lot of air, and more air is probably coming out per second.
on a higher pitched one, then maybe for 7 seconds worth of a lower tone. Think about it, because you lower tone, you got to let those vocal cords be as loose as you can, and they can't if I'm pushing. Right? They just can't. It's like saying, I need you to hold on to this, marble, but I also need your hand to be wide open at the same time. You can't do it, right? Unless you're like, oh, I'll balance it at my palm. I'm like, but that's not what I'm asking you. I want you to hold it like this. So you have to learn, really think about how your body works, and then you can go, oh, right, got it. If that's how music works, if that's how a reed instrument works, we're the same. We have, the vocal cords are not reed instruments, but it's like strings and brass at the same time. You have to think about it physiologically, and then you go, right, I got it. But that will also teach you how to do things like getting set on fire, falling down the stairs, being torn into pieces. All of those things you need to learn from a comical sense in cartoons. In video games, you have to lay down those, but sounding real. like really being murdered, really being set on fire. And that trashes your throat unless you learn how to do it. And when you learn how to do it, you take away the constraint so that when you scream, I'm not going to do it now because my gain is really high for our conversation right now, and it would literally destroy the recording. But if we did it, you have to learn how to do it so that you're relaxed through the throat, so you're not putting any tension on your vocal cords, so you cause no vocal damage.
Okay.
Right? And be the difference, same thing would be like if you ever saw a singer who does like, some screaming in it or really high-pitched singing, if they don't learn how to sing, they're going to go to their voice, no matter how good they are, if they don't learn how to do it sustainably without causing damage, they are going to get vocal nodes and lose their ability to sing. Regardless of how good they sound at the start, there's an element to it. It's like you could be the best basketball player on the planet, but if you can only play one game, how good are you? Because the season is 82 games, and then you still have the playoffs.
Yeah, the long term.
There's a sustain. It's called your career. Can I continue to have a career? Can I go to work later today? Can I go voice these characters again tomorrow if need be? The answer should always be yes. And if you're like, no, I need days to recover, you need to figure out why you need to recover and identify it and then work around that. Now, sometimes it can just be like, wow, I did so much work, I need to just rest. Because that can happen. Just like an athlete, if you train a lot, it's like, nope, today's got to be a rest day. Right? But there shouldn't be anything where it's like, no, it feels frayed. Then you need to really go to an instructor who can teach you about vocal fatigue and vocal wear so you can learn how not to do it. Because it shouldn't hurt.
Makes
I
sense.
always say, if you're doing a voice, a character, and it hurts, you can't do it. It's not right for you because it will cause damage. And if you can't do it for at least 2 hours and then do it again tomorrow, then don't put that character out for an audition because it can only hurt you. Now, if it's like a character that's a one-off, saying like this is a one-time guest appearance,
Then you need to be down here. It's a little different. You can. That's fine.
it's different. But if you're auditioning for a recurring character, you have to make sure that you're throwing something out that you know you can repeat. Because if you were to do it, lose your voice, and they're like, oh my gosh, we have to replace this person, your likelihood of getting employed again diminishes for the next job and the next job and the next job. Because people know they audition great, and they may have done an episode great, but they can't sustain it.
Makes sense. Yeah. Your oh my god, your low one or deep one, it sounds like a mix of Zoom and Venom. I'm sorry.
We are Venom. Ow.
Or Zoom from The Flash. I don't know if you've heard Zoom, the character Zoom.
No, I didn't know that one.
He was Tony Todd's character of the.
Oh, okay.
And then your high pitch sounded like the character Flapjack. It was a Cartoon Network show.
Okay. Nice.
That was really cool. That was really cool. Now the next one. Okay.
Yep. Fire away.
Low dash willingness dash 650. If Mike was written today, how much do you think would have changed?
Oh, I do think he would have changed, just like we talked about, because the multiple personality disorder is not accurate in terms of how it's displayed and the actual suffering that the individuals go through. So it's not accurate. Yes, I think in this day and age of the seeking for more authenticity, I don't know if there would be a character who suffers from a mental health disorder like that. I don't know if we would see that. Like, I enjoy it, but I also want to be clear that I don't suffer from it, and so I don't want to help promulgate false narratives onto people that way.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel very bad for anyone who feels underrepresented, that way, because it's not something that people understand at all, right? It's not like someone can go, that's not how that works, and the general population wouldn't have no clue.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Now, the next person's username is Love of My Life. I'm sorry, that made me laugh.
Sure.
Was it hard to come up with different voices for Mike's alters, and how did you come up with them?
Great question. I wouldn't say it was hard as much as it was a unique challenge of wanting to make them very separate, wanting to make them repeatable, like we talked about in terms of not doing something that hurt. Of all the characters, Svetlana was the one I was surprised happened. It was. I mean, to be clear, like standing in the booth going, again, I'm playing a Swedish female gymnast. That's never going to happen in my career. No one's going to ask you to voice that. So I tried to make her as unique and not trying to be a woman in terms of like, this is what a female Swedish gymnast would sound like. It's like, no, I can't make that sound. So we're going to do something that can give a hint of it, but also be her own character and so absurd, right? And enjoying and how much Svetlana is like just uber competitive, like leaning into that, like, "That's a challenge, yeah!" Like really leaning into all of that, because that's funny. The voice itself is not as funny. It's not as funny as some of the other, like,
Chester's really funny right off the bat.
there's just something in him. You go, oh, he's just like a crotchety old man. But with Svetlana, you're like, what are they trying to do necessarily? But that hyper competitiveness, you're like, okay, now I know what character this is.
That makes sense.
So yeah, trying to get all of those, and then I guess Manitoba Mike might have been the one that was a little confusing the most, just because Manitoba's a Canadian province, like Manitoba's Canadian, but then with the Australian Steve Irwin twist to it was like, okay, what are we doing with this? Are we doing like a hoser thing? Like, oh yeah, hey man, my name's Manitoba Mike. We're coming down here trying to talk about animals. We got moose. We got 2 moose and meese, right? But instead they wanted to take him and make him, an Aussie, which is also not an exactly bang on impression of an Aussie talking. So, trying to also knowing that each one of them is going to exist only in super hyper non-realistic scenario moments too. Like Svetlana is going to be jumping over fire, and Manitoba Mike is going to be wrestling with a shark. So it's not like them talking to a friend going, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break your thing," right? It's more like, "There we are, ripping right on this great white." Like it's a completely absurd and different thing. Whereas Mike has all these real heartfelt conversations with Zoe and Cam.
Makes sense. And then you both do Vito? I'm sorry, that's so cool.
Oh, Vito. It's been a while. I don't remember the Vito as well. I'd have to, watch what I did. But I believe it was somewhere along like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or could you do some of Mike and then Mal if you could? I'm sorry, I geek out, like I said.
Well, I mean, Mike is actually not too far from me. Mike is pretty close. He's a little bit more. I just push him up into my nasal cavity a bit more.
And then Mal was like way down here. Hey, my name is Mal, and I'd always get really, really close to the microphone. Because that same thing, it's all about that vocal fry that time. And if I do it out here, it doesn't. It sounds forced. So it's, again, that same thing about like as little air coming through as possible. So I have to get right close to the mic so you can hear him talk.
It almost sounds like an emo. I'm sorry, like you're emo or something.
Oh, dude, he's so emo. Mal was so emo. He is emo Spider-Man.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yep.
Now, exciting dash ad 2833. Did you ever have fun voicing the personalities? If so, which was your favorite?
Yes, always had fun trying to voice personalities. Which ones were the most fun for me?
And which one's your favorite?
Yeah, not favorite. Which ones were the most fun? The most fun were Svetlana and Chester, because they're just so absurd. Like, again, I will never play I almost never will play a female character, but to play a female Swedish gymnast is so precise and absurd. I know that will never happen again, so I enjoyed that. Chester, I'm not going to play too many old folks, and also Chester was very different originally from where we landed. He was more confused, and I kept leaning into crotchety. Because I just thought confusion is funny for a minute or two. Crotchety is funny forever.
Get off my lawn!
Like I just thinking of someone screaming for someone.
I know I'm on a corner lot, but don't cross my yard!
Like that kind of guy. And that's funny. That's funny.
So cool.
So I enjoyed those two a lot. I mean, there wasn't nearly as much Manitoba Mike in the show. He just wasn't as much in it. But those were the most fun to do, whereas my favorites were those because they were a lot of fun for me to do as well. But I never recorded them separately. So for me, mentally, mic and personalities is all one thing. Like, even though they're separate characters and they have different wants and certainly different voices, I never went in and did like a Svetlana day, a day where I did Vito, or a day with Mal. I did all of them in each recording. And in I think the last episode where all of the personalities fight to take out Mal, I actually did all of them in the pass.
I just can't. If pushing this button is gonna get rid of you guys, then I won't do it.
Hey, yo, don't think of it as getting rid of us for good. We'll all still be a part of you in a way.
Ist it to stop Mal.
All right, ladies, enough of your blubbering. Let's do this already.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You.
So I was jumping from each character, talking to myself.
How the hell? Sorry. Damn.
Practice. I think if you learn your scripts, read your lines, don't memorize them. That's not the point. But I mean, break a script down. Learn how to be an amazing sight reader. And you will be able to do those things, because it's not that physically you can't. It's the mental of, oh yeah, what am I? It's almost like, oh, I'm wearing these shoes, right? But once you get really good at it, you put the shoes on without looking. Like, once you feel really comfy in the material, let me say that, not once you get good, but once you feel really comfortable in the material, that's when you can switch things up.
That is, like I said,
it doesn't always work. Some character voices are too much of a jump, and you're like, they bleed. Like, the crispness, the distinctions aren't as sharp, and sometimes they bleed. So that's why you don't normally do that. But I wanted to as a challenge, and so they said, yeah, all right, let's give it a go.
Again, I give you your flowers and props. How do you? Like I said,
now, I wouldn't have done that at the start because I didn't know the characters the same. But after a while, you get really, really used to them, right? And there wasn't like 5 years in between the two seasons, so they kind of went right back to back. So I was able to just be comfy the whole way through. But if you had said, like, let's put 8 years between it, that would be a very different story.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, what did I do 8 years ago? I don't know what I had for lunch.
And when you do Chester's voice, it just makes me laugh. I'm shocked you don't do, like, the facial expression. You know, he does that with his mouth. And, like,
well, I can't do characters without the bodies being involved.
You know, I don't do a full-on squint, but he does do this. He's very one-sided in his face.
But I can't, for example, do, like, Captain Dilly from Top Wings, who's a big alligator pirate. I can't do that without actually doing the fake eye squint, like you have a pirate patch, and I even do the hook hand.
Yarg, when I talk like this, I always get my eye like that, you know, and I even do a hook finger. Arr, arr. I do it, and I don't care if you don't see it, because I know, because if I open my eye, it sounds very different. Something about it is flatter, but here, arr.
There's just something, I don't know, it just informs me.
If I'm gonna do, like, a really compressed nasally one, I can sit up straight, but if I lower my neck, it actually shortens the amount of air passageway, too, and it constricts the whole sound.
So it depends. So, really, most animation performers need space. Like, we don't just stand there, most of us. Especially people who do multiple characters, right? The rule is kind of like, if you have like an animation person in the booth recording, you know, not just like maybe a sketch comedy, it's usually arms out as wide as you can. That's the space you take up. Because I'm just going to go, wow! Like, my hands are going to fly out at some point, and it's like, I don't want to hit you in the face.
Well,
and I know lots of performers who do the same thing. It's like the body, the worst thing in the world someone can think about voice acting is to think it's just your voice. It's not, it's acting. The whole body is involved. Your body is an instrument, and if you're closing off sections of it, you know, like if you're sitting down, don't. Stand up. Get involved. Get your whole body in there. Best advice you can do is get your whole body, pretend it's all acting. It's not voice acting. It is acting. You just need to tell the story with your voice.
Sorry, that's what I was about to say too. It's acting. That is
It is.
exactly.
It is 100%. I know a million people who can do great impersonations or make great characters. Sounds. Great character sounds, but great characters are characters. They're fleshed out. They have thoughts. They're individual. They're unique. They make decisions. They make bad decisions. And that's what stands out. Right?
Makes
It
sense.
isn't just the vocal tone. There's some amazing vocal tones. Right? Like, why can we listen to, H. John Benjamin do, he can do his Bob's Burgers, and then he can also be Archer, right? And we're sitting here, and it's the exact same voice. There's nothing different about the two. But, Bob is, like, very defeated. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, okay. And, like, Archer's way up here and more bravado, right? And it's like, Lana! I mean, I guess I could, right? It's same, he has the exact same voice, but the acting, the characters are so different. Even though they sound identical at the start, they're completely different characters, and I never get confused between the two.
That's
Because he's a very good performer. He does his work.
Kodiak JDJ. If he could choose
Yes.
another personality I've had, what and who would it be?
Ooh, another personality for Mike? Yes, I
Yes.
have thought about that one several times. I think that there should be a little kid. Like almost like a Chucky doll.
Oh my god!
Like
I'm
one that
sorry.
does not operate in a good world. One where you're like, wow, Mal was bad, but Mal was like mean. But this one is just chaos. Just absolute chaos. That I
So-
thought would be kind of funny.
So you're saying like a crazy motherfucker?
Kind of. Not evil necessarily, but someone that could really spice it up, but also be absolutely like chaotic, as opposed to just like Machiavellian, have this deep, long plot. It's like no, they're no like evil Tony Stark. They are not capable of that. They're more like see something, do something.
What's
Especially
the
if they
name?
were like tiny and cute.
Hi, how are you doing? My name is Machiavelli. I can push now.
We could do something kind of fun. That'd be neat.
That would be creepy. I'm sorry, that voice is creepy.
That'd be pretty funny.
Zeke yourself. If you could make any of the personalities of Mike their own very character, which one would it be? If they could have their own standalone character.
If they were their own, I treated each one like their own standalone character. So if there was one that could be, I mean, in terms of where the story can go, like if you're like, hey, we could actually make a show out of this, it's Mal.
Mal.
I think so. Because Svetlana, and I mean, they're already kind of absurd. You would need them to live in an absurd world now. Kind of like a SpongeBob world, right? Like where things are just all big and over the top. Not that Total Drama isn't big and over the top, but even more so. Whereas Mal could exist in multiple worlds. Same with Mike. Mike and Mal could exist in multiple realities, but
I don't think this guy could exist in too many spheres without it sounding a bit bizarre.
So I think those two could have standalones.
I was like, you'd call the TV show Mike and Mal.
Well, you could. I think it'd be more like Mal does a Loki turn, where Mal has to become good. I mean,
Ooh.
the best turn in all of the larger like Marvel, anything of these like universe building things is the Loki turn. Like if you watch the series of Loki, they have set him up, whether they want to admit it or not, to be the good guy opposite of the Doctor Doom timeline.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's the god of time now, not the god of, misfortune or was trickery. He's changed his own future entirely. He went from one spot and went all the way to hero, reluctantly, but figured it out. So now he's set up to be like one of the ultimate goods. Like the most noble sacrifice is to sacrifice yourself to save everyone else and get zero recognition for it and no one know. Right?
True.
Zero. That's an ultimate sacrifice. That's true selflessness, is to do something and get zero, knowing that no one will ever know you did it. Right? If you succeed, no one will ever know you did it. And they'll always think you were the bad guy. That's true sacrifice. Like that to me is like, wow, only on through way too many movies and having like a TV series, which was really bold, could you see someone do one of those huge arcs where you're like, wow, that's really cool. As we all want to see, like, really good, something that keeps someone captivated is we want to see someone change. We want to see them grow.
Yeah.
So Mal has somewhere to grow. I don't know where Svetlana and Chester have to grow necessarily. Mike has lots of places to grow, right? But he's a real kid. He's, as opposed to what those other ones are, where they're like, wow, they sound absurdly crazy right off the bat. So Mal could have a huge arc. Maybe he met the crazy baby, and he's like, wow, that's true evil. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's taking my name. I was calculated and cold, and people gave me respect, which maybe could be what he thought. But this destroys my name and destroys everybody, and it's chaos, and I can't have that.
Yeah.
Right? Who knows? It's like, Venom is the villain, right? But Venom lived along and was so cool at so long that people went, all right, we got to give him an arc to become good again. And that's what they did.
Yeah. That's true. You excited for Avengers Doomsday? Little side.
I am tentatively excited.
Tentatively excited.
I hope they do a good job, because I'm very, very scared it won't be good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Robert Downey coming back.
Yeah.
He was a fabulous performer, but to me it really diminishes everything.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
It's just like, okay, if you bring back, now we're going to see Scarlet or Black Widow, right? And it's like, well, what? Nobody sacrificed anything. Like, what a cool sacrifice, right? What an amazing sacrifice. It has to be poignant. It's like if you kill Superman and bring him back. It's like you didn't kill Superman.
Yeah, I know.
Sacrifice doesn't mean anything to me. That's the problem. Is sometime you have to, if someone dies, they have to stay dead in these kind of universes.
Yeah.
And it's very clear he's only there because Jonathan Majors got in a lot of trouble, and they had to write out the Kang character.
Yeah.
It's very clear. It's clear as day, and they admit it. So that's why I'm not thrilled. It feels very
Forced.
Had that been the plan, that's cool. It wasn't the plan, and it feels reactionary, and it feels like, hey, we're really losing the plot. Now let's bring back our most marketable thing. It's like, cool. I feel like you're looking at me as a consumer.
I know what you mean.
To upsize my fries, and I'm like, I'm not into that. I hope you pull it off. I want you to pull it off. I know how you can pull it off, and it's got to be with Loki.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom's got to bring them all together. You need to have an oppositional force who can help rally the good guys, and it can't be Steve Rogers. It has to be someone with godlike power, and it's got to be Loki. And how amazing would that be for all of them to go, they wouldn't believe him to start, too. Because their encounters with Loki are all negative. They're all, he's a bad guy. So imagine that now, too. Like, that just sets up so much good stuff.
Yeah.
But I hope they don't screw it up. But I did see today on my Disney Plus that on the list, the scrolling shows, that they put the new things on the top. Loki's back on the top, baby. Methinks me gots this one right.
You might be onto something. Cory's theories, we'll call it Cory's.
Oh, dude, you don't want to start with me on the Marvel and Star Wars ones. You don't want to play the long game. I'm deep cuts when it comes to this.
This would turn to 20 hours. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I could really of just this. We don't want to do it, but yeah. And you don't want to go in the deep cuts of Clone Wars with me, because Clone Wars was the single greatest cartoon show and the best part of Star Wars.
Okay, so Total Drama is my favorite show, but if I had to do my second, Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's fantastic. D. Bradley Baker, so good.
Oh my God.
He plays all the clowns, and each one's unique.
I'm Wrecker, he's each one, he plays it proper.
Like, it's really bang on performance. Love it all the way through.
I'm a bit. Now you're gonna give, if you and me start Star Wars, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I hope one day they are. I hope hope no one ever loses their job. But if at some point he is too busy to do those roles, I would absolutely fight to get first in line to take a crack at the clones.
That would be cool.
100%. I don't want him to lose his job. He's so very talented in the originator. That's not it. But if there was an opportunity for someone else to get a crack at it, I would fight for that. That and Wolverine, I would fight for.
Ooh, Wolverine? That'd be sick.
I'm Canadian, man. I'm very hairy. I'm very much a Wolverine individual.
Do you have I'm curious. Do you have a Wolverine voice?
I sure do, bub. Welcome to Canada. How are you doing? My name's Wolverine.
It's so sick. I'm sorry. That's so sick. That is sick.
So, interesting story. I met Cal Dodd, who is the original voice of Wolverine. We were doing a radio ad together. And
That's cool.
he was like, you could see he was a rock star at one point, like an actual rock star. Like screaming music, because his hearing was very hard too. And some of it is, you can tell, as a voice person, you can tell when someone is losing their hearing from their voice work. It is something that it comes with the territory. It's awful, but it does. Because we have to turn our headphones up loud enough to hear the distinction in our own voices when we are making a lot of noise. And it's not good for your ears. It's very hard. But we were in the booth, and he was talking normal, like totally normal, and we were just chatting away. I had no idea who he was. Not a knock on, I'm also never going to Google or search people who I'm working with while sitting with them, because it's weird. If I knew ahead of time, I might have. But anyways, we're sitting here, and then all of a sudden I think he was like the tag or the voice announcer for this radio spot we were doing, and all of a sudden,
He went down there.
and I went, dude. He went, what? I went, are you Wolverine?
That's damn right, bub.
And I went, oh my God! I geeked out because he was like, what? And I went, I grew up watching X-Men. You have no idea. I was such a huge fan. He's like, oh, why? Like, I love Wolverine. He's like, oh, really? I went,
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
he went, oh, it's not bad. But it was like very cool. It's distinct right away. I'm like, that's Wolverine. That is so cool.
That's sick.
Yeah. Like, we geek out on stuff too. I was so geeked out at the moment, being like, oh, yes, I grew up watching that show, loving that show, waiting for the next week for the episode to come out. What happens to Morph? Did he die? Let's find out. But I loved it. So when I read Wolverine, I hear him. Like, that's to me. I also hear voices for every character I read. So I will hear certain people's voices. Like, that is Wolverine to me. So if you ask me to do a Wolverine, it's always going to come somewhere from that Genesis spot. And may tweak it, make it younger, make it something else, but it's always comes from down here. But that's me. From my experience that's what set the table for me. And I know for so many people, it's Hugh Jackman. And he does like an awesome Wolverine, right? Like, his Wolverine's great. But that voice is not the iconic voice to me.
It's Cal Dodd is.
It's Cal Dodd, because it also that's just different. Like, you could not shoot a movie talking like that. Like, just the amount it takes would kill your voice. But if you're just in the booth, it's a fraction of the time as being on set. So that's why you can do certain things like that and get it and make it so more iconic.
That's how. See, now that's how I with Total Drama. Like, I grew up with you guys. Like, my whole. I geek out. Like, honestly, it's so crazy.
That's awesome.
Like, oh my! Did you take? Did you? You're Wolverine. Did you take Deadpool's chimichangas? I'm kidding.
I'm a huge Deadpool fan. Like, huge, way before any concept of a movie of Deadpool came out. I actually have the original Deadpool appearances, and Deadpool was not funny. That's what people don't realize, is Deadpool was not a comedic character at all when he started. At all. And then somehow, way later, became this thing that is also hilarious.
So you have the original comics, you're saying?
Yeah, because he appeared in X-Force.
And
he was an antagonist. He was an enemy. What was he? He was part of the Mutant Brotherhood. I can't remember what the name of it was. That Strike, I think his name was, Cable's clone. That he had joined. Anyway, so Wade was also Canadian, right? Part of Weapon X, same program as Wolverine, but he had I don't think he had auto healing. He had teleportation.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a hideous face. It wasn't part of it. Like, it wasn't anything about it. It's one of those weird things where a character has absolutely morphed over a relatively small amount of time. And now he's a bit like, Mike, in terms of nothing can kill him. He's the Superman problem, right? Like, he's also talks to camera. He talks to the viewers in the comics all the time.
Or like you talk about like the fourth person.
Yeah, it breaks the fourth wall constantly. So now they exist on this like other world. It's like, well, now who do you throw Deadpool against? Because he can literally climb out of the comic and be like, screw that, next page. Like, so you have to find creative ways. It makes it interesting, but it's also hard to put him in a grounded reality.
Yeah. It'd
be hard to do an Infinity War with Deadpool as a lead because you would never be able to take it serious. And it's not it's not a knock on the writers or the performers. It's just the character's been put in a position where they're almost godlike in their ability to never get hurt or also be able to influence things without it being deus ex machina.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Did you? But also, before the question, did you like Deadpool and Wolverine? By the way?
I loved it. I freaking loved it. I did. I geeked out. The hood came up, and I was the person going, "Oh my god, the mask is on!" Yeah, I knew every deep cut. Every deep cut. Wolverine with one hand. Oh yeah, I knew all about that. The apocalypse future. Oh man, when he stepped down and he was so short, I was like, that's how tall he is, though. That's how tall Wolverine is. He's 4'10". He's not even 5 feet. That's what everyone forgets, and he's supposed to be like 380 pounds because of the adamantium in his bones. Right? That's what's so like. That was the original, and now they've made him the lead. But Wolverine was not the lead. But slowly over time, he did.
I found it funny when Chris Evans came in and Henry Cavill came in as Wolverine.
The Chris Evans one was the best of all the cameos, only because of how well executed it was. It set everything up, right? Yeah. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, Avengers Assemble! Flame on!" I was in tears. It was so good.
That was funny. I'm sorry. That movie is hilarious.
It is. It is. I mean, it's absurd. They absolutely emptied the bank of jokes on that one, which was great, but it was really well done. I loved it. I loved it.
Did you think the memes were funny with the popcorn buckets?
Yes. Oh, there's so many things. There was so much comedy gold out of that. It was really, 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 really good. And then the fact that now that you know that hippy dippy Deadpool is making fun of the Justin Baldellini, it's like, oh, that's even better. Oh my God, I'm a bit of a feminist. I don't know what really happened, but man, they got him. But also not close enough that you could ever actually say it's that person. That's funny.
Alternatic here, lover of animation, reality shows, and music. Big fan of yours, Cory. I'm curious if Cory ever improvs any lines as Mike and Noah, and if so, can you provide some examples?
Do I improv them now? No, I think the question is, did I improv in the show? Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't think there's a show I've done I haven't improved in, except for maybe like PBS kids shows, because so many of those are vetted by like childhood psychologists and educational learning components that the tweaks are small. The ads are very small. But I always do one pass as written because the writer wrote something and it's fantastic. Let's acknowledge it. There's also something different between the written word and the spoken word. And what really looks great and feels great on paper is not necessarily the same as how someone speaks. And that sometimes can be very hard to do, and I don't blame a writer for it at all. But sometimes there's just something, like, first of all, contractions. You are, your. You know, it could be very, very simple, but a high-class villain will never say your. Right? There's just more to chew. You are such. You know, like, there's way more to that. But a dumb character will not say, like, you are so silly. You're so silly! You know, like, there's little things like that. Like, right away, my contractions matter. Is it I am or I'm? You know? And those are character decisions. Like a really high-class villain would never say, oh, sure, you're there, I'm there, whatever. Right? Oh, sure, I am there and you're there. You know, there's just more to it, right? Like, but improv, yes, I would add lots of stuff. I mean, any sound, all of Svetlana's gymnast stuff is all made up. Chester's stuff, not all of his dialogue, but any of the asides. You know, those kids over there. Any grumbling, moaning stuff, any, like, little one-liners are probably us throwing some stuff in. It's harder on a show, though, to be clear, like Total Drama, because there are so many other characters. Like most cartoons don't have 20 people in an episode at any point in time. So improving can be difficult because just pacing, you need to get to the next character's lines so many times, even animation-wise, that you can't chew up spots. But like during the monologue stuff, anytime when I talk to myself, I can do it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So yes, there is improv. Specific examples, I'd love to tell you, but it's been so many years, I can't recall at the moment. But I would assume most of the personality, not the main, a lot of the extra stuff. If it's absurd, it was probably me.
If something off the hook.
Yeah, unless it's related to like something that happens in the next scene, like talking about a shark jumping out and a shark jumps out, then that was part of the script. If nothing picks up for it again, if you don't get any more reference to it, then that's probably why.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And was that a Stewie impression, by the way? I heard they voiced
a little bit, yeah.
So like Stewie.
Hello, Peter.
Garglers.
There you go. Hello.
Hello. Okay. What do you think about Mike being the only character in animated comedy history with a mental disorder that was cured using a reset button, and they put "cured" in quotation marks?
Oh. Well, first of all, that's if Mike was the original person, right? I don't think you can cure a mental disorder with a button in any way, shape, or form. I would prefer I viewed the button as him taking control and stepping forward, not in curing himself. It's not a cure. It was not being a victim. It was stepping forward to take control as best as he could of his life. Because while it may have exploded, I think that tells us more about what Mal had constructed inside than it did about the disorder itself.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I never felt like when that blew up, that was it. At all. It just felt like Mal's traps that kept them from being able to come back out and keeping Mike a prisoner. It was the destruction of the prison, not of the disorder.
Makes sense.
That is how I viewed it. But if a writer who wrote it felt differently, that's how I read it.
Do you have the theory that Mike is like one of the personalities and Mal is the? Is that your theory?
Yeah. Yes, I didn't come up with that. I will not take credit for it, but someone on a Reddit thread did, and it was like such a convincing argument. You know what? That's a very possible thing. And then reading through, and Duncan knew him as a kid, and like, yeah, you're right. How the heck would he know who Mal was?
True.
Right? Without this multiple personality disorder being more known. So that's where that's really compelling to me. I like that idea. That someone else, full credit to whoever they are, fantastic idea.
Yeah, they're watching this, they're like, that was me.
I did, that's me! Well, you did a great job. Whoever you are, fantastic work. And, boy, does that leave so much more story to tell if that's the case, too. Right? Because if it wasn't, and Mike just blew everyone up and he's cured, cool, happily ever after.
Yeah.
But if it didn't, and it just destroyed the prison, gives you everything in the world. In fact, one could argue maybe there's more personalities that got let out.
Oh, yeah, I think, right? That one that you mentioned.
The other ones that were held back.
Or the one you mentioned, the one that you did.
Yeah. Now, that is my idea. If you see that appear, they stole my idea.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see that, Cory came.
For a fact, that's mine.
Now, Trombadora, or Dura.
Hey, Trombadora.
Mm-hmm. Dura. It's Dura. Dura. Oh.
Trombadora? A Trombadour.
No. Do you think the Revenge of the Island cast deserves to return? Because that's my favorite cast.
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think we didn't see as many of them come back because the initial fan response, there's a lot of loyalty to the original cast of characters, which is fantastic, and I absolutely applaud it. I think that that response made them switch back more to the original cast. They weren't as embraced as maybe others were, and that I understand it because you fall in love with characters, you want to see those characters. But I think the response is why we didn't see more.
That makes, yeah.
Because I am surprised, especially in Total Drama Rama, that no one came back. Like, I really did expect to see Mike,
Okay.
and there was nothing. I was like, oh, okay. It's just the OG, and that's fine.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And then you came back for All Stars, like, Mike came back.
Yeah, but like we recorded that first, the new cast, and then All Stars was back to back.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so they knew where they were going. And then I think like that response came in, but they had already, the next season was already going to happen. It was already written. So anything following that, I think it really could have influenced it. Or, I mean, they went with a whole new cast again, right?
Yeah, Pakatu Island, and then the reboot.
And then went back again to something else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you know any other cast members are supposed to return from? Do you know this?
I'm not saying anyone's returning. I don't know if the show's happening at all again.
Oh no, but for All Stars, do you know there's any other people that are supposed to return that weren't? If that makes any sense.
I don't know anything about that. No.
I wish there was more. Like it seemed like they were more favored. That's good, the OGs, but I wish they did more of your guys' cast. They did Zoe, Cameron, Scott. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there was lots of. I thought there was more places to go to, but I mean the newer cast that they made again after that too were exciting. I mean Survivor, which is what it is, a parody of, had new people all the time. Like it was every season was new people. And I don't think you can do that with cartoons necessarily because you need to develop a rapport with them. We're never going to log in the same amount of hours as, like a show like that where you're getting 44 minutes of content in one episode where a cartoon is max 22. But you have an A plot and a B plot, so you're really going to see someone at max 11 minutes. It's not the same.
That's cool. When I saw your name, literally when you first came out with Revenge of the Island, when I saw your name, I was like, "He's Mike, isn't he?" Because I remember your voice in Jimmy Two Shoes. I'm gonna be honest with you, Cory.
Yeah, and they weren't that far apart too. I'll give you that.
So I was like, "Yes, Cory's back, or Cory's here." I guess. Yeah, Cory's.
Yep.
It's cool. Now, of course. Now, Duck _77.
Hey, Duck, how you doing?
Who is the most trustworthy and most untrustworthy from the Revenge of the Island characters? And you can't pick Zoe or Cameron.
Trustworthy and untrustworthy, Scott. Trustworthy.
You can't pick Zoe or Cameron. Yo, that's tough now to think of.
I don't know if Mike would have had enough interaction with anyone else to have anyone else be in his really close circle of trust. I don't know. I think I might leave that for the fans to figure out. It's a good question. But when you remove someone's almost entire network, he didn't have a huge social network. He wasn't a super popular guy. And most of Vito had a relationship, but that wasn't healthy. And I don't think Mike would in any way, shape, or form trust. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. I don't know if there would be someone he would trust necessarily coming off of that. It's not them.
Untrustworthy is definitely Scott. Oh my god.
Yeah,
definitely.
100%. Yeah.
Oh my god. Especially we did to Dawn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now, Mike and Mel, they're back again. Remember that Mike and Mel from the beginning?
Yep.
Who was the original winner of Total Drama All Stars, Mike or Zoe?
It was Mike.
It was Mike?
Yep.
You look so serious, Cory.
It was Mike. But I mean, it depends because I don't know how it counts when it's very clever, and I like how they make multiple endings, but it depended where you were in the world.
Yeah, the U.S. and Canada version.
No, in Australia.
Oh, Australia too.
Yeah, I think it aired in Australia first, and so they had a different ending.
Okay.
Because they wanted the first one that aired was a different ending from the one that aired in North America. So I don't really know. I know I won. I know I recorded an episode where I didn't.
Did you know you won based on the first episode? Did you
God, no.
It doesn't show. They don't tell you guys.
No, we knew nothing. That show, honestly, everyone would get the script and flip to the last page.
Yeah, did you do that?
Yeah, every single time because I wanted to know if I was working again.
You're like, did I get voted out today?
Yeah, 100%. That's the first thing you did was, do I have a job past this week?
See, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, did I get voted out? Oh.
And I think if any of the performers tells you otherwise, they're not really being truthful. I'll be really clear with you. Um, yeah, yeah. I had a very good feeling that Mike wasn't going to go early because you don't want to spend that much time into a character of that level of intrigue and nuance without using him. You know, it's like bringing a llama into a movie scene. You really something's got to happen with the llama. Otherwise, why the heck did we just see someone bring a llama to a party? Like something has to happen, right? So I felt confident he wasn't going to go early, but I did not think he was going to win. So that was nice.
That's cool. I'm sure you still have the script when you won. I'm guessing you still have that
I think
script.
so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's so cool. See, I love Total Drama.
Again, I have two different scripts.
See, that's so cool though. That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's neat.
Wow. That we'll just call him Gargo. We'll just call him Gargo.
Hey, Big G.
What was it like voicing Mini Noah?
It was unique. First of all, shout out to the originator of Noah,
Carter Hayden.
Yep, yeah. Carter, fantastic originator of the role. Not a question of their talent level or anything like that. So it was trying to do honor to the character that they had done, while not replicating all of their beats and the way they perform because I'm not them. But also it's so different because you're de-aging them. So you take away a lot of the cynicism. You take away a lot of those other things that only come from being older, you know, like years of being alive, while also doing probably the highest pitch voice I can possibly make without sounding like the wishes from True in the Rainbow Kingdom or something where it's just like this really falsetto high thing. So yeah, it was interesting playing someone else with such a long backstory that I didn't know. Because I would have to go, there would be like a joke, and I'd be like, what does this mean? I'm like, oh, it's from this episode of this season. Like, right. Thank you.
Do you have his voice? Do you know?
I believe Noah was up here. Yeah, hi, how are you doing today? That's really nice. Okay, buddy. Yeah, sure. We could do that.
It's helpful that you have the picture over because that's what I'm looking at to remember it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm sorry, that's really cool. Wow. And then you remember I knew the name because I literally could name all the different voice actors that play you guys. I'm sorry, I love Total Drama.
Oh, good.
So,
Good. I'm glad.
Constant_topic_123. What's your opinion on Linkin Park? And did you realize the big name coincidence?
No. What's the big name coincidence?
Chester's a personality. Chester's a singer in Linkin Park. Mike is one of the members.
And Mike's one of the singers.
Yeah.
But if there's no Svetlana and there's no Vito,
No,
no, I never linked those two together. I wasn't linking them.
Oh my god! I see what you did there.
I did like Linkin Park. Yeah. Linkin Park came around during when I was growing up, and I listened to them. I've seen them in concert before, like the original. You know,
the good
Chester.
Linkin Park. Sorry.
I won't knock it. I mean, the artist
I
still
like
making
her
some music. She's quite a good singer. It's always a different. As soon as you change a singer, you really change a band.
Yeah,
right?
That's
sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed Linkin Park, and no, I did not catch that at all. And now that you say it, is very true.
Yeah.
A good catch.
I know, and so I was like, wow, I know this until.
No, it's true. Yeah, that's right. But I would be lying if I said I knew the names of the people from Linkin Park. So, I knew Chester, but I was like,
last fan question. Okay.
By all means, please.
Random_death battle and pickle_book_7675.
Ooh.
Do you have a favorite Revenge of the Island episode? And overall, what would you say is your favorite and least favorite Total Drama episode?
Revenge of the Island one? I think probably anytime we really got to play a lot with Chester and Svetlana, the more that the personalities were in were my favorites. I can't remember exactly which episode because no one episode particularly stands out from my memory of the experience. Because sometimes I may record I may have recorded 2 scripts in one day, So
Oh yeah.
it's remembered as one experience in my mental file foldering. It was any time that really they got to play around. So maybe the first episodes were not the same because it was all about hiding what was going on. But once we kind of let the audience was in on everything that was happening, the audience knew that those personalities were there. That was when it started to be more fun, less having to hide it from the audience, teasing that something was going to come, and just being like, the audience knows, great. The other campers don't know, but the audience knows, so they can have these more moments of honesty out there and let the characters come out. So,
Actually.
and then what was the second part of the question?
An overall total drama episode that's your favorite, least favorite, and least
Overall, my least favorite.
favorite and least favorite.
Okay, my overall favorite was definitely when blowing up the mind prison with Mal, because it was everybody talking to everybody, and we're doing it in pass as all the characters talking to each other. Least favorite episode, probably the one I'm not in. So it's funny because I had seen like Total Drama, I'd watched it before auditioning for it, like not just as research, but I had seen it before. So it was, when the opportunity came up, it's like, oh yeah, I know that show, cool. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite character that you didn't play?
No,
Obviously,
because I know the humans who did it, and I auditioned for some of those roles, so I don't think of them the same way. It's very different. It's a very different experience. I can't think of them as characters the same way.
makes sense. That's why when people tell me pick my favorite character, I really can't, because I've had knock on wood, awesome experiences with you guys. Like I love you
great.
guys. Yeah,
That's
I
great.
can't choose a favorite.
Yeah. No, everyone's very talented and good people. It's not. Yeah, it's good. It's just different when you know them I know them from a work experience first, and then they voice something. It's not the same as having maybe heard the characters before and then meet the person after.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's just the brain allocates it differently. It goes, no, it doesn't go, oh, I can be a fan. It goes, I'm a colleague, and it's just automatically puts it somewhere else in my brain.
I know what you mean.
Whereas, like, it's not the same. Like when I met Cal Dodd, the original voice of Wolverine, that was just like I was working as a colleague, and then immediately went, oh, I'm a fan, because as a child I heard you first, and now I'm meeting you. As opposed to, oh, I've met you, and now I hear the voices you're doing.
Yeah, you're like
Different.
Yeah. Oh. And then I remember you tell me too for part one when I interviewed for the first time. Originally, wasn't it like a shake instead of like the noise that he would make between the.
Yeah. It was like a shake thing. I wasn't a huge fan of the breath, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, the part, because I just thought animation, you're stuck doing this weird swallowing motion. But
you got a bad sneeze, Cory. I'm sorry.
What?
Looks like you got a bad sneeze you got to do or
perfect.
something.
See, exactly. There you go. But it is faster. It was a much faster transition. If you every time had to do this thing, that noise, it would impede getting in the way of all the characters by the end. So I understand why they did it. I do. It made sense. But they did change it up, yes.
Oh, and now I'm going to do my question. Well, thank you again, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for submitting their questions, and thank you, Cory, for answering those. Okay, now are some of my questions. Okay, Cory, of all the characters that you voice, who would you say that you're most like / relate to the most?
Is most like me?
And you relate to the most of all the characters you play. Sorry, Cory.
I am all the characters I play. There's something of me in everything. Maybe Mike. I'm pretty neurodiverse. My brain works differently from other people. I do some pretty strange things for a job. I jump in between characters. I regularly am walking down the street talking an accent to myself, practicing a character. I'm sure, I've never moved along while everyone else moves at the same time. When you're a little different, you may swim upstream when others are swimming downstream, and you don't know you're doing it. Just, you've never felt like you've always fit in. So,
Thanks.
I understand maybe that. I don't know. It's an interesting question because I feel like I've had the ability to, like through some improv, you leave little pieces of yourself. You know, you try to find little facets of you in each character to open the door, so to speak, right? Like most performers are not like, oh, this character is completely this individual thing, and they can create this construct and then just go over there. They have to find the piece from themselves that can connect over to it. And so it's a little different. I mean, I've played characters I haven't enjoyed the same, but I've like which one's my favorite, or identify with. Maybe Mike because of all those things inside. So as opposed to another character taking over, I just speak in another character. But I'm very aware that I don't think I could talk as me for a full day. I don't know if that'd be possible.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if someone makes, like, if I'm watching a show and someone speaks in a really cool character voice and says something funny, I can't not repeat it. You know, it's like, oh, good. They're like, yeah, we heard the joke. I went, oh, I know, but I need to repeat it for me. It has nothing to do with you need to hear the joke again. That's just I need to repeat it because it's, I don't know, it's just like a thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How did you get the role of Mike? Can you walk me through the audition process?
Yes, so I had to audition for it. Mike was a unique opportunity because they wanted to try to have someone to play all the voices. They were not committed to having one individual play all the characters.
Wow.
So I auditioned for it. I did the callback and I booked it. And then we recorded. I think we might have recorded an episode or two. And then I was fired because I was Jimmy Two Shoes.
Damn.
Jimmy Two Shoes was airing on the same network as Total Drama, and it was going to be in the same hour and a half. And they said, we can't have a performer be the lead on two things at once. They won't know the difference. And so they re-threw the auditions back to everyone. And I asked my agent, I said, submit me again. She's like, well, they already fired you. I went, submit me again. And so I did it again. And I booked it again. And then they had to go to the network and go, look, we've auditioned everyone twice. It's him. And they're like, yeah, but it's the same thing. And eventually went, what's the same? And had to like play the characters and like, oh, it's not the same at all. I went, yeah, because some people have range. Right? Some people do have range. There's a lot of voice performers who have range, but a lot of the performers from Total Drama, and this is not a knock at all, but a lot of the original cast voices were very close to their voices.
Oh, the original voices, yeah.
Yeah, which is not a knock because that's what they were asked to do. But somehow in another executive's brain, that meant people only sound like themselves. And it's like, nah, man, we're way more like Mel Blanc over here. This is not... No, you're far less likely to cast me forever sounding like me than you will for the 1,000 other things that I do. So then it aired, and there was never a problem again with it. But yeah, I had to audition twice, go through all the callbacks twice, and the second time doing it even though I knew they were going to say no. Because they didn't want, they had been told by network, it wasn't the production's decision, it was the network's decision. And so they were like, we're going through this again going, oh, Christ, it still is the right person, so we're going to put it forward. But, yeah.
See, I can't name a better person except you to play Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's some very talented people who could do it, I'm
No,
sure.
you got this. You got this,
Very
correct?
much. But there are some very talented people. It is not a skill set that everyone has, though, too. Like, I can't juggle and ride a unicycle, right? It's a different skill set. And I wouldn't also put myself forward and be like, yes, I can do this extremely unique thing, too.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you do want that, there aren't as many people. There just aren't.
And you said you auditioned for other... You will say, who you auditioned for other characters?
Yeah, I think I auditioned probably for most of the male characters in the first season, too. Something like that. Or maybe not. Maybe... What was it? I think, no. I can't remember. It was done, like, right when I first started, so either I auditioned or just missed auditioning, but I also had done no work at that point either. Everyone was more established than me. I just got out of theater school.
Wow.
So I had no resume.
I would say, and then did you know that Mike had like a different design back then too? Where you know that's public knowledge. Did you know he originally had a different? He looked way different. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He looked.
Yes, he was of Indian, like continental Indian descent.
I saw this picture. Like this is what he originally looked like. Like but unless you're thinking of a different design, I saw this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. There's been iterations. I'm not quite sure where.
see, where I'm seeing, you see. Let's
I'm
see.
not seeing anything.
Let's see. Oh, this is the first time. This is what Mike was supposed to originally look like. What I saw.
Well, I got to tell you, if that's what he originally looked like, I would certainly see the Jimmy Two Shoes issue. Because it's the same freaking shirt, it's the same pants, it's the same hair.
Okay.
Look at that. Hold it to the picture in your background.
Yeah.
That's an issue. Now, is that the voice, or is that the design?
Because that was originally because when they announced the season, he was even I think wasn't it called Total Drama Reloaded too? I think.
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah, because that was originally like all of them looked different. Zoe looked different. Cameron looked way different. If you saw
really?
his first look,
Cool.
like I could show you that. Like,
Yeah.
like
There's so many characters, though. I imagine they all have to be run through. Like, it's so hard to lock down really good character designs too. That I'm sure they threw a lot of stuff at the wall when you're like, we have to make another cast of 20-something people.
like this is what Cameron originally looked like.
Yeah, it's very different.
That's
It's
pretty
very
different.
It's very different. Yep. Yep. I'm glad they went with the decisions they went with.
Yeah. Like, whoa. Sorry. I remember this
problem.
because I don't know if I told you too. I always would back in the day when they would have it out. I'd always print the cast, like the pictures, and always predict who would get eliminated. It was always that was the original
Very
designs you
cool.
guys came up with.
Good, as you should, as you should.
I would always do that. And I was actually right when you won your season. I was like, Mike's going to win the season. That's right.
Didn't win the All Stars, but won the Hearts.
What's a random fact that no one knows about you, but you? It's like a hidden talent, funny story. Is there?
Something random? I don't know if people know much about me, to be honest. That's more of the thing. I'm not a hugely public-facing individual that way.
Like it's like a hidden talent, maybe like Breakfast Club. You know, like she would do that weird lipstick that we know what to do.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start my own travel show on YouTube, where I'm gonna host it. And if anybody wants to watch that, I will let you know later on, so you can tag it.
I'd watch that in a heartbeat. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So that's interesting. No one knows. I haven't done it yet. It's coming up. Just got a couple things in the can. I don't
Are you
know.
traveling
Great
different
question.
states, countries? I'm sorry. Like, I'm
Countries.
curious.
Yeah, different countries.
Did you come to the U.S.?
I have been to the U.S. many times. I'm not going right now.
Have you ever been to Illinois? That's where I'm
I
at.
have.
You have?
Yes.
Of course.
Off record, I can tell you why.
Okay. Offer. That's. Oh man! If you came to Illinois, I would treat. I don't know what food you like, but I'll treat you with good whatever food you like. I don't know you.
Chicago's got some good food. You guys got good eats. You guys got good eats. You do a blue rare steak better than anybody. In Chicago.
Before asking my last question, do you have any questions?
What are you up to next, young sir?
Like, what am I up to? Like, who am I
Yeah, who's your
interviewing?
next interviewee?
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm hosting Megan. I'm hopefully aiming on Monday.
But you did that.
this coming Thursday.
Okay. Who's the
And
one
then,
following?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I've reached out to some people. I hear
Okay.
back.
All right. Well, I was going to say I can give you a question for them then.
Oh, I could let you know. I could like, hey,
Yeah,
Cory,
let
I'm
me know,
gonna-
and then we can fire. You can be like, I have a question from the previous one. But who knows? Up to you. Because you had
Okay.
Megan say hello. So at minimum, tell the next person I said hello. Even
I'll
if
say-
we've never met.
I said, Cory the legend says, Cory Doran the
Please
legend says.
Please don't say that.
No, but I'll let you know. I'll be like, no, imagine like next time I'll be like Hugh Jackman or Cal Dot.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman says hello. I'm like, hello, Hugh.
If I if I ever interview Hugh or Cal, you gotta join in the call. Come on, Cory.
I would in a heartbeat jump on.
You gotta join this.
Absolutely. Good luck getting Hugh. That'd be pretty. I mean, that'd be incredibly cool.
That'd be cool.
He's
That'd
a
be dope.
music theater person like me.
That'd be cool.
There you go.
You know,
Something you didn't know. I direct music theater.
there you go. That's your
You
random.
wouldn't have known. I can't dance. I can't choreograph.
You can sing though, right? It sounds like
can
it's. You
I
can sing.
I've
Sing
had to
me a
sing
song, Piano Man.
so many times in cartoons.
Did you hear what I said, Corey? I said, sing me a song, Piano Man.
Yeah, well, you get the piano man, and then he can sing. Yo, that guy is, he's more, I don't know, it's a jazz bar.
He's a great singer. Do you like him, Billy Joel?
Who? Yeah,
Billy Joel.
absolutely. Great singer and
God.
songwriter. Fantastic. No denying that.
Last-
Behind the wheel of a car. For those of you who don't know, he's had like 152 DUIs. He's crashed cars a million times. It's not poking fun of someone. It's really highlighting someone's excessively dangerous habit of putting others.
It's public knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not him falling on the street by himself. It's putting everyone else at risk. So yeah, I'm going to point it out. Don't get behind the wheel, Billy.
Here's your lesson for the day, people. Do not go under the influence. Don't drive.
Yeah, please don't drive. There's too many easy ways to get around without driving drunk.
True.
There you go.
That's the daily lesson of the day.
There you go. Let's let your Tesla overlord drive your car for you.
Daily lessons with Doran, you call it.
Yeah, daily
DLD.
lessons with Doran.
Lessons with-
Let the tech oligarch drive you. I'm sure he'll never hit the brakes early.
Corey, is there anything you want to promote? Shout out.
Oh, sure. Yes, absolutely. Rebel and Crew. Rebel and Crew is out right now, and I am Speedmeister. I play Speedmeister on that.
As well as Mr. McTurtle, Yapparoozy.
And his brother Megameister. And Mr. McHippo. Hippo doozy.
So check that one out. Rebel and Crew on TV. I hear it's doing very well. Keep it going.
And you want me to also link down your social media pages?
By all means. Yep.
Want to tell people so people? I don't know what you.
Oh,
really want to know
my
about you.
Instagram handle is @half_animated because I am half animated. There you go.
Okay.
And I'm also on X. I don't ever use it, so don't bother. I won't check it. And if you try and find me in other ones, that's not me. That's not me. And also, I will never ask for your home address. If anyone ever does, it ain't me.
That ain't him.
No, it probably is never going to be someone from the entertainment industry, too. It's probably a creep.
You have some weirdo.
People are weird, man. Yeah.
Thank you again, Corey, for an awesome, amazing time. It was an honor chatting with you for the second time. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Have a great day, everybody. Stay awesome, and Corey, you stay awesome, okay?
All right, everybody. Stay awesome out there. Thanks, Ben.